Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. We are doing a podcast in the new year because we're going to potty like it's 1999. Oh, how I wish. How I wish it was 1999 sometimes. But hey, here we are, 2024, moving forward. Do you remember back when 2000 seemed like a big deal? And it was like, whoa, what'll life be like, right? And now here we are, almost 25 years in. How crazy is that? So I hope you're having a good one. Hope you did what you wanted to do and that you're enjoying things and you're ready for the new year. We're ready. We've got our spring collection rolling out here at Lavish Goods, home of the Journey bracelets. And if you haven't figured out, you're back listening to a podcast with me, Kayla Ambrose Show, with my best friend, Nikki Case. Nikki!
Woo! Hello. Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Happy New Year to you. We are dragon dancing over here with our bracelets, and they're for prosperity and good fortune and good luck. So everybody should be dragon dancing. If you don't know what that is, go check out our spring collection and you'll see our Make Yourself Some Money, Honey bracelet dragon dance. And you can listen to the podcast about it and the good fortune. It has to do with Chinese astrology and the new year. This is the Chinese New Year of the dragon. And it's always a very fortuitous, lucky year when that happens. So if you want to know what this year is going to be like for you, think about what happened in the year 2000, like I was talking about, and 2012 is the other one. So if you like those years, you want to capitalize on that and go more, those were great years for me, both of them actually, then this is your year. So go enjoy it and get your party on. Let's do it. I am ready for this new year in an upbeat mood and ready to go. And Nikki and I are going to start out today talking about another spring collection bracelet, Atlantis, right?
Ooh.
Uh, you know, some people ask me, what is Atlantis? Some know, some don't. Some know it's an ancient land that reportedly sunk, right? Uh, there's so much we could go into that, talking about what Atlantis is and what it does. But in general, it's a land that was very old here with some very intelligent people, was said, who did a lot of things, some with technology, some with politics, some with an advanced military. A lot of people think they came from outer space, right? Built things there. And some of them were very spiritual, and they tried to warn the others that things weren't going to go well, it was going to break up the land. And they left it set on ships and went to other places all around the world. And it said wherever they went, they took their technology and their intelligence and their materials with them and built pyramids all over. And the pyramids you find are much older all over in Central America, South America, Mexico, Egypt, everywhere. These are really older, and that they were built with that information from the time to Atlantis. Hard to say. A lot of people theorized. Plato talked about where is Atlantis. Um, given some clues in the oceans. A lot of people think it's off the coast of Florida, up to Bermuda, which I used to joke and say, if you drove a car from North Carolina straight out to the ocean, you pretty much land straight in Bermuda. So if you start there and you go down to Florida, that's kind of the Bermuda Triangle and also where they believe Atlantis sank. Nikki, what are your thoughts about if that's where Atlantis is?
Um, I that resonates with me, what you're saying. Like it's when I sort of tune into um that question of where was it and all of that. That's kind of that same area, like not the Caribbean, like further north in the Caribbean, but like in sort of in that triangle area that you're speaking of. So I mean, obviously we don't have any scientific evidence at our fingertips right now, but that does resonate with me in that area.
Edgar Casey was known for saying that parts of it would be revealed in the 70s. And along the coast of Bimini at that time, something came up around the coast that looks like stepping stones, like a walkway. And they started taking pictures back then. And it was funny, he was very specific where he said, and that's where it is. There's a lot of things found underwater off the coast of Japan. They found a sunken city off the coast of Egypt. There's a lot of places like that where there are sunken cities like that. So I thought that was interesting. With Bimini there, you can see a little bit of a, looks like a road, like a cobblestone kind of
Mhm.
road. Regardless, the bracelets that we design with this are based on that. Like, if you love that idea, ancient civilizations and Atlantis, and you just really connect with both, the land and the ocean. And so if you're really connected to both, you might be Atlantean. You might have some of that in you, some of that stardust, DNA, whatever it is that makes us us. I'll let Nikki define that. What makes us, DNA things. But we could be part of that. You could be, and you could be drawing. That might be why you love the ocean so much. And so we really want to create something like this that would help you if you're a person who connects. If you connect to mermaids, if you love the ocean, if you like to travel like that on water, if you're a sailor, you probably have some of that energy in you. And so we created a bracelet in love with the thought of Atlantis, in love with the thought of connecting with it. And for all people who just love the beach and the ocean and the water and anything mystical and magical to do with it.
Yeah, I love if I can just interject that, like I love all the water aspects in this particular journey. And I'm sure we'll talk about it as we get into it. When, the one stone that we have in here that we repeat twice, the sea sediment, that, it is very much the bracelet itself very connected to the water. And when we pull in that sea sediment too, it's also providing sort of that little dash of grounding to the earth energy as well, which I really think is beautiful.
Absolutely. We put a lot of intention in this bracelet when you wear it, that it might open you up to exploring your Akashic records and maybe even a past life you might remember in Atlantis. And that also would put you present in the now when you need to relax, that you might use this bracelet to wear and feel calm and relaxed and like it's a day at the beach. And there are a lot of stories saying that the Atlanteans were psychic and empaths and had telepathic abilities, all those things. And our wish is that that may open that up for you as well in the design here. And so, like Nikki said, we really brought in the sea sediment here, because what a incredible combination of the two there with water and earth the same way. And really bringing that together, it is a symbol of grounding and understanding and creating a sense of balance between the two worlds. So, Nikki, we used aquamarine in this bracelet too. Tell us about
Mhm.
aquamarine.
I love aquamarine. It's just, I mean, it's such a just aesthetically, it's so beautiful. Just that blue, and it's very calming and soothing, as you mentioned. Just looking at it, I sort of get that sense. Geologically, one of the things that I love about the fact that we use this is we don't use a whole lot of aquamarine, and that's not necessarily on purpose. It's just, we use what we feel called to use. Many of our bracelets have things like jasper and amethyst and carnelian, like other like types of quartz, rose quartz, things like that. Geologically, those all fall under a big category called silicates. Silica is the second most abundant element on Earth. So it's not surprising that many of our rocks and gemstones and crystals have that quartz sort of backbone to them. Aquamarine is different. It is not a silicate, so it's very different. It's actually in the same family geologically as morganite, if anyone's ever heard of that, and emerald. So it's definitely it's a little bit more rare. And so I love that we pulled that in just, from that more, I don't know if it's special is the right word, but it's a little bit more unique because it's not a silicate. And I think that just adds a different kind of energy to this bracelet than what some of your others have.
Interesting. So when they say a precious gemstone
Mhm.
versus, what do they say, non-precious? I'm not sure. So
Semi-precious, yeah.
because emerald, ruby, and all more precious. So is aquamarine in the middle between those two?
Yeah, I would say, gosh, I'm just gonna say it's a semi-precious. It's not it is not a precious. Those are gonna be more like your emeralds, your sapphires, your diamonds, pearls. Um, those are gonna be your more precious just because they are more rare. So I'm gonna say aquamarine is gonna be a semi-precious.
Love that. And that's where we're uh have been directing our bracelets into, trying to keep them somewhat affordable at the same time. They're not dripping in rubies and diamonds yet.
Right,
But
right.
the natural gemstones that are a step above and a cut above than your
Mhm,
basic um certain stones, right? A little bit more rare, a little bit more interesting, a little bit more powerful
mhm,
in some ways, we'll say. So we've
mhm,
really, this aquamarine we've used on both sides of the bracelet. We repeated really on both sides here to kind of uh, generate a circle. Because this bracelet is meant to be, even if you look at it, if you're looking at the picture right now, it's very relaxing. It's very like soft blue. It's gonna calm you down. It's gonna make you wanna get in a hammock on a warm summer day and just let the breeze blow, right? It's taking you into um the gentle energy of a really good day at the beach and what it does for you with the ions when you're near the water at the beach and they clear the aura and relax you. This is going to do that up miles and miles first. And then if you want to take it deeper and try to connect with Atlantis on a deeper level, you can. But this is first and foremost its job is to do that for you. So we start with this gentle aquamarine. It really clears the emotions. If you're an empath, it can really help with that. Um, you know, it's great to kind of clear energy and open you up to receive more. And then, as Nikki was saying, we go into the sea sediment jasper. And of course, we always, when we laugh, we talk about jasper, supreme nurturer, because it's so nurturing with what it does. And tell us about this blue-green jasper, Nick, what it does.
so one of the things that's really interesting about sea sediment is that like real, traditional natural, I guess I should say, sea sediment is only found in China. Which I think is very interesting that it's only found in one area of the world where most of our other things we can find in different geologic settings. It's only there. Um, and I know we do joke, it's a supreme nurturer. And what's interesting is there's so many varieties of jasper. Like we joke all the time, like it's just jasper. Because there's dozens and dozens and dozens. Oh, our official cat of Lavish Goods has just woken and decided to join in on our podcast saying
Phoebe.
hello.
Oh my gosh, Phoebe's middle name is Shoshana. And don't they sometimes call, is this the one they call the Shushan stone?
Yeah, Shoshan Stone. Yeah, and isn't that funny that that is her middle name? I love it. Do you want to say hello, Phoebe's? Right, I don't know if you could hear that, but she said hi.
Who wants a
Um,
sea sediment?
oh, she is good at laying flat in that's more of a geology joke. Never mind. I won't bore her. Sorry. I was going into total nerd mode there. Um, hmm. So as I mentioned, like what I think is really beautiful about this stone is it is grounding because it's sediment. Sediment inherently is of the earth. And so it has that grounding to the earth sort of facet to it. And because it formed in the sea, like underwater, you have that water element in there as well, energetically. And I just think that's really beautiful. And as a geologist, we talk about that the geologic record, the rock record holds information about the history of the earth, whether you're talking about, oh, there was an ice age or different fossils that we see and plants and animals that were alive and other organisms. And so it carries sediment carries that historic information of the earth. And I just think this is a beautiful stone to help sort of connect with that ancient wisdom of the earth and perhaps your own ancient wisdom of past lives and things like that.
Absolutely. And that's what we really loved about the sea sediment. Like you said, the layers of it. And what I loved energetically is it's a blend of earth and water, right? You've got the two there. Um, Emotionally, we can look at that and say, what is out with our conscious and our unconscious thoughts, right? What do we keep buried below that we react to, that we have layers of that we haven't delved into or dealt with? And
Mhm.
so we really wanted to kind of put some energy into that, infusing this into this bracelet. That if you were ready to heal yourself on a deeper emotional level. If you were ready to go deeper, pull out that stuff and release it, that this bracelet would be a very calm, peaceful, nurturing way to do it. And there's a little bit of gold in it, a little bit of highlights there with a little tiny bit there, which is kind of, what you're doing. You're bringing things out and then releasing it and healing it in the aura, which you'll see many times marked in the aura is a little bit of gold. It's like recognizing that, like, hey, you've polished that, you've raised it to its finest level, you've achieved it, you've gotten the gold award. So the more you work on those things like that, the more you can bring those layers out and heal them. So works in tandem with the aquamarine really well. And then we added Amazonite.
Mhm.
And I'm so Southern, I always want to be like, Amazonite. You
Oh,
got you some Amazonite, girl.
got you some Amazonite on your cuff. I can't even, I just sound ridiculous when I try to sound Southern.
Me too.
Well, and I'm totally, total sidebar here. I still laugh. Like, I grew up in upstate New York, but I've been in the quote South. I moved to North Carolina in 2001. So, and here we are 2024. And so I don't have an accent, I don't think, but I do. He's laughing at me, but I laugh when Southern things come out of my mouth. Like, I catch myself all the time saying might could. I might could go do that. And I'm just like, did I seriously just might could? And if
Oh,
you're not from the South, that probably sounds like the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard. Might could, but it's like that's just in the vernacular. Like that's what you say. Like bless her heart,
bless your heart, honey. Bless your
bless your
heart.
heart.
That's right.
Anyway,
I'm from the South. Nikki's from the North. We're bringing you the best of both. And then our souls made a contract on the other side that she would be born in New York. I would be born in Louisiana, but we would meet each other halfway in North Carolina.
absolutely.
That's
And
where we
there we did. We did making bracelets in
the
that
love
little
story
bead
was
shop.
born. That's right. And we've been besties ever since. So, and we both have accents. Nick, you do too.
Do I really?
Oh yeah.
Y'all, when I
Oh,
post like
yeah.
sometimes when I post things online, I actually write y'all. Hey y'all. Like, what? Why am I doing that? It's just funny.
Baby, your accent is still you still have a northern accent.
Oh, I have a northern
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
interesting. Oh, that's you do point out like there's like curtains. I know there's some words you're like, say that again. I was like, what?
Well, our listeners can be the judge. If y'all hear accents in either one of us, please write, talk about our accents and what they sound like to you. We would love to know.
They're gonna be
Okay,
like, yeah. Okay, back
back
on
to the
topic.
bracelet. Amazonite. Go, tell us about it.
Yeah. Oh, Amazonite. I love Amazonite. And I know I say that about all of our gemstones. I know, but it really is like a lucky, for lack of a better term, it's a great stone for luck and good fortune. Um, and it does that in sort of in a more peaceful way, in a more gentle way. And you mentioned that with aquamarine. Like it's a aquamarine tends to be a gentle stone because there's other things out there. I'm seeing so much about like moldavite right now, and that's a stone that can bring about transformation, but not necessarily in a calm and peaceful way. It can be a little, it shakes things up in a very obvious outward, what's happening sort of way. Amazonite is sort of the other end of the spectrum. It's gentle and it's a very fortunate, brings good fortune kind of a stone. And it's just energetically melds perfectly with the sea sediment and the aquamarine because it too has sort of that water element energetically associated with it.
Yeah, and it connects the heart chakra with the water, right? Kind of symbolizing their emotional wellness and happiness. Uh, this bracelet be any more relaxing, do you think? Could we have done anything else?
I know it's totally chill. Like I'm looking at a picture of it right now, and it's just like, even just looking at it, it's very calming and soothing. It just so you can imagine what it feels like when you're wearing it. And I just it and it's just pretty. And I know I say that about all of our bracelets, and I'm a little biased, but as we've talked about, it's first and foremost, the energy is and the energetic support that our stacks provide. That's our priority, right? That's the whole point. And we want them to be beautiful as well. I mean, there's nothing that says you have to wear a big hunk of something ugly on you or carry something ugly in your pocket. Um, to be supportive energetically. We want to provide that support and we want to look pretty while we're doing it. And this bracelet really does that.
The things I like about it, I like the cuff with the gold and the way the slabs of Amazonite go through there and the swirls on each end, right? Which are kind of swirling that energy and giving that kind of sacred geometry to it. And then the sea sediment happens to be such a beautiful light blue as well as the aquamarine. And to me, it kind of, you can kind of dress this particular bracelet up or down. I mean, it looks great
Mhm.
with jeans, jean jacket, whatever. But, a cute dress in the summer, so nice too, to wear that way. So I feel like you could really, it's so versatile with the blue color too. Goes with so many different things. So, we have a lot of collectors now in journey bracelets where
Mhm.
people are like, hey, I'm on a lot of journeys. Sometimes it's about my relationship. Sometimes it's about my career. Sometimes it's about my spiritual growth or my personal development. So we've now um, been collecting a journey tribe of people. And
Mhm.
if you haven't joined us, we're on Facebook. Just go look for us on there or you can click on it on our website, lavishgoods.com, and click on Facebook there and join our group of Journey Bracelet, Vibe Tribe, as we call it.
Our vibe tribe. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
And people that are collecting the bracelets because they wear them for different reasons. So this is a good one to have for a lot of everyday wear. You just want to feel calm. You're going into a situation that might be stressful at work or school or wherever, and you want that kind of energy that nothing's going to really ruffle your feathers, right? Water off
I
the
need
duck.
this when I'm in traffic, when I'm driving somewhere. I need
There you
to
go, right?
just because, yeah, or go to the grocery store.
Yeah, or you gotta go somewhere and wait in line for a long time, something like
Mhm.
that. And you just be Atlantis, take me away.
Exactly. I love it.
So that is Atlantis Explorer. I know I'm being silly today. It's a new year, so you're gonna get a dose of my silliness here. But
Did you say today? Because, okay, we'll go with that.
exactly. How about sillier?
Okay, I'll take that one.
I'm sillying up
That's funny.
instead of leveling up. Yeah, so Lavish Goods is our website. You know us, you love us. Come listen to the podcast. We're gonna have one about every bracelet eventually. And this one, of course, is about Atlantis, part of our spring 2024 collection. We'll be talking about all of them. Go check them out on lavishgoods.com. Sign up for our free newsletter, get 10% off, join our Facebook tribe vibe, check out the bracelets, all the pictures are on there. And we'd love to hear from you. There's a contact form. You can, you know, share, write questions, anything that we can do to answer. We'll try to answer them on a podcast here, but if they're in length or get back to you either way. We
Ooh, we
appreciate
should do a
you.
Q. We should do a Q&A episode. Sorry.
Ooh, I like that idea. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
All right, well, we will. Okay. Anything else you want to say, Nick, before we close for the day?
yeah. No, I like to interrupt you while you're speaking. So when you let me talk, I don't have anything to say.
You're done.
I will throw out there, for people who don't know, we also have journey bracelets for men. So if you visit our website, if you're a gentleman listening and you would like to, you're like, hey, I want one of these. We do have journey bracelets for men, or if you were looking for a gift for a man in your life, but we have those options as well.
Sure do. So we want everyone to take a journey that wants to be on a
Mhm.
journey. So
Absolutely.
all kinds of offerings on there. All right. Well, we're wishing all of you a very happy 2024. If you're one of our dragon dancers out there, shake it, shake your wrist, move that serpentine beads, the opal beads, bringing that money in. I'm doing jazz hands with mine, bringing it in.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing jazz hands.
All right, everyone, take care.